Captain on the bridge.
Alright, Captains, we are back on the bridge, and today we got some things to go over from the Star Trek Online official Twitter feed. So, on screen. Yes, Captains, we are feeling a little better. Still have a little bit of itch in our throat. Takes a lot to clear it, but we're here, Captains. We're going to go over the blog that had dropped. A couple more items that I want to cover after that, especially of something that is sad news for us Star Trek fans. But then, of course, we'll drop our ECs along the way and, of course, give our conclusion. So, first up is get bonuses to your Admiralty missions starting tomorrow until December 13 on all platforms. Now, I've said this before. I don't know why they just cannot make all events things happen at the same time. They've done it before with events, with these types of things. So it would just be nice if they could keep that up so that we're all in sort of the same groove in terms of the PC and the console bridge. But again, I will keep tooting that horn until hopefully that happens, and or more consistently, I should say. So here we go. So, Admiralty bonus events. Captains on all platforms can earn bonuses to their Admiralty projects this week. Captains, you know that this is one of the ways that I gather resources, especially when it comes to dilithium. It actually gives me a bunch of ECs too as well, actually. And it's not a lot, but over time, if you keep doing it consistently, you build it into your routine of your daily login, it adds up, in my opinion. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Captains, only way I've been able to get the ships that I have now, even the promo ships or R&D ships, lockbox ships, is through things like the Admiralty system. But I will say also that it's also one of the reasons why that there's a lot of dilithium in the STO economy, which is, for better or for worse, which is probably for worse, why our DilX is so high. But it is what it is. So starting tomorrow, we're launching the Admiralty bonus event from December 6th to December 13th. Your Admiralty missions will give out bonus rewards. During the special event, you'll find that all of your assignments give out double campaign XP, allowing for faster progression no matter whose missions you're completing. Getting good with the Ferengi, serve the Federation or the Klingon Empire, or help rebuild the Romulan Republic. In addition, all tour of duty missions all reward bonus dilithium ore during this event. We hope you enjoy this special event, Captains. Command your fleet to take to the stars. So there we go. Next up. Yes, we finally have this, Captains, complete the 2022 winter event starting tomorrow on all platforms. See? And what did I just say? And you'll unlock the brand new Fek'Ihri Byr'Jai Interceptor. Now, there's a video here, so of course, as we normally do, let's watch it in all its glory. right, so there it is, Captains. We now get to see this once again in its full movement glory. I'm going to try to get to that one scene here that I kind of emphasized on. The one thing I wanted to take away from this, other than it being free, of course. So, there's a good, decent shot of it. Again, the Fek'Ihri ships have always been kind of an event reward. Last year, though, we got the Nog. I do remember that quite vividly because that was when the year I started my console account for Star Trek Online, and that was the first free ship that I got. So I thought this year we were going to get that trend going on, especially in terms of, I don't want to say it, with our beloved Star Trek actors passing. So it would have been nice if the event reward this year would have been a ship for Uhura, of course, Nichelle Nichols. Now, they went back to Fek'Ihri. Hopefully they go do that trend again, because that, I thought that was such a great gesture. It's not their best ship, but it's just a nice ship to have, especially it being called a Nog. And there is a ship, I believe, called Uhura, or Uhura class, or an USS Uhura. I believe it's USS Uhura from Star Trek Picard. So, and it was like an underslung type walker, almost looking like ship. But anyways, again, I thought it would have been nice if they would have done that. Give us probably a Discovery ship or Picard ship that had her name on it, of course, because she was part of the original crew. But we're getting this. Now, the thing that stands out to me, of course, it is kind of a asymmetric type looking ship. It's a ship that has a big old eye there for its deflector, and it's flaming. It also has this little pod here, which I think is pretty cool. To me, of course, that is a torpedo pod, so guess what we're gonna do with it? This makes sense to me. So thought we'd go over the video. Now we're gonna go over the blog and stats here. Now remember, captains, we actually had this on info on a 10 forward stream a couple months ago, and we knew this was coming. Nothing was finalized then. This was with Jeremy Randall, of course, aka Bordicus. And now, of course, we have this. So let's go over it here, Caps. There's another shot of it again. So this, it also reminds me, unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, of Star Wars Interceptor TIE fighters. It just does. I don't know why. It could be the sort of things that are coming out of it. The wings, of course. But that's just me. Again, captains, this is the free ship that you can get for just doing one of the easiest dailies in Star Trek Online. And I mean by what I mean by that is that race that you do daily. It takes like less than a minute. You're done, and then you can go on with your merry day. So there it is, the Fek'Ihri Byr'Jai Interceptor. Of course, is this year's winter event grand prize. So of course, like the other ships there, the Fek'Ihri is all flaming. So we're gonna do we've already done a build video for the other warship from the Fek'Ihri, which was a Switch Bridge Redeem build, theme night build, actually. So look out for that, captains, with the release of this. We were just waiting for this to drop, so we're probably going to be releasing that here this weekend. So there you go. There's that video that we went over. So here we go. It's the most wonderful time of the year, agree sentients whom Q has graced with wonder and terror in equal portions. That does, for some, make it the most terrible time of the year too. But that's a small price to pay to bask in the glory that is Q. Behold, mortal, the 2022 edition of Q's Winter Wonderland. This year's grand prize for participating in the event will be the shrieking, screaming, and a mystical, oh my, I'm not even sure what that word is. Captains, let me know below. Fek'Ihri Byr'Jai, go forth, dispense joy unto yourselves and terror unto your foes. Surely your species are responsible enough that this will increase net joy and not net terror. Surely. Q's dark designs are offering all captains an opportunity to earn their way to flying their very own Fek'Ihri Byr'Jai Interceptor. The dread claw of the Fek'Ihri torments psyche as well as physiology, and this ship places both at your command. Devastate your foes, will to fight, confront them with the souls of the damned, and delight in their disarray. This starship can be yours for simply participating in the seasonal celebration we have created for your enjoyments. Earning the ship will require completing various activities available on the Q's Winter Wonderland map each day and gathering enough daily progress to fulfill the Winter Wonderland's winter events. So I don't know why I said Wonderland. Overall quota. Players may participate in any of the available winter activities to earn their daily progress once per day per account. Once you have earned sufficient daily progress, you may claim this starship for your entire account. Just open the event reclaim store to claim and Fek'Ihri Byr'Jai Interceptor for each captain on your account. So there's another shot of it there. Again, pretty weird looking ship, but again, an asymmetrical one at that as well. So here you go. As the most prevalent ship within the strange rank of the Fek'Ihri Navy, the Byr'Jai is frequently seen at the forefront of their invasions wherever they take place. They serve as a herald and fighter screens for the larger vessels and are able to open portals to their hellish dimension to usher the lost souls of Grethor into battle. This ship comes with a Lieutenant Commander Universal / Temporal Operative Bridge Officer seat and a Lieutenant Tactical / Intel Bridge Officer seat. So interesting, you got an Temp and Intel combo there. And go over the details here. So tier 6, faction any of course required rank, must complete the tutorial. Hull mod is 0.9, shield mod is 1.04. Weapons is 5, app weapons is 2, device slots 2, bridge officer stations 1, lieutenant tactical / intel, commander tactical, 1 ensign engineering, 1 lieutenant commander science, 1 lieutenant commander universal temp op. So it's not going to be full spec, but it's going to be interesting. I think some fun can be had with this. We can have the same type of fun we did with the upcoming build, sort of like that, in terms of themes, and just see what we come up with. But really, captains, we've always said, any ship, even tier 5 ships, can still do very well, at least getting you through the normal to advanced content, as long as you synergize your build. Anyways, we'll carry on here. Consoles, 4 attack, 2 eng, 5 psi. Base turn rate is 20. Impulse modifier is a 0.22. Inertia is 80, plus 10 weapon power, plus 10 aux power. Console universal is Portal of the Damned. Experimental weapon slot equipped with Ravager Shriek. So we get a new experimental weapon. So that's awesome. So the Starship Mastery Package is for an escort. So you get plus act, plus defense, plus all damage, plus critical chance. And the Starship trait is Tear Open the Gates. Your Admiralty stats for this ship is Eng 20, Psi 53, TAC 55 with a special plus 8 Psi for end ship or TAC ship. So there is an image there. So it's for the Console Universal Portal of the Damned. So strange technology capable of tearing open dimensional gates that allow the fiery energies of the Fek'Ihri realms to spill into local space. These openings may also be traversed by entities resembling the lost souls of Grethor, straight from Klingon folklore. This console also provides a passive boost to Starship Exotic Particle Generator skill, as well as armor penetration with weapons versus foes affected by a damage over time effect. Interesting. This console mod can be equipped on any starship and can be fit in any console slot. You may only equip one of these mods on any single ship. So here is the Starship trait, Tear Open the Gates. While this trait is slotted, all of the anomalies created by your Bridge Officer anomaly abilities will periodically allow lost souls to pass through ruptured space, allowing these vicious entities to tear into nearby enemy starships. This will randomly target nearby enemies and attack them with their spectral claws. Spectral? Interesting. Dealing physical damage to any starship they choose to attack. You may have a maximum of 12 lost souls active at any point in time, regardless of the number of anomalies you have active. I mean, it sounds hilarious, but it is what it is. It's a theme. Let's go for it. So I believe there it is. The experimental weapon, Ravager Shriek. In my mind, I was like, does that look close enough to photon torpedo launchers? I don't know. Probably not. But almost, maybe, kind of. A projector built to send out the unique energies of the Fek'Ihri at foes in a targeted area, causing their ships to experience a burst of intense hull melting heat. It is unknown for certain if the heat experience is entirely real or partially some form of exotic reality bending energies. And that's a mouthful for me at this point. Impact the foe with an explosive fiery charge, which can catch secondary targets in the blast zone. Each affected foe will take an immediate amount of fire damage, then be afflicted with additional fire damage over time. This weaponry also has a small chance of confusing affected foes. Of course, it's Jonathan Hurlage, the senior designer now of Star Trek Online. So there you go, captains. Like I've said, it's a free ship. Why not? All you got to do is a very, very easy daily. Or you can miss out on it. It's up to you, but it's there for free. We're going to be doing it, of course. And of course, I will be getting it for my free-to-play account on the console bridge. So there is that, all the news from the Star Trek Online official Twitter feeds. There's some additional things I wanted to go over here, Captain, so bear with us. This up here, this was from Trek Central, a tweet from them, so huge shout out to Trek Central. Eagle-eyed fans have spotted the Trek Online's Theseus Temporal Escort on the variant cover for issue number 5. We'd be seeing temporal shenanigans with Sisko and his crew. And this is exact, like when I saw this, this is the ship that I was thinking about, that you can get in Star Trek Online. So this is actually, captains, if you've watched our build videos, this is the T6 skin of the Temporal Escort that we get from the Starship dockyards to get the M5 console. This skin is, again, a T6 skin, but this is a Temporal Escort that I'm talking about. But the one that you get it from is sort of like a TOS one, TOSified. If you buy the ship, you're going to get also that skin as well, the TOS. So this is quite interesting. Now, I thought this would be kind of cool to go over because this is not the first time we've seen a sort of Star Trek Online specific ship in the comics. Of course, we lost our ever-loving mind. Now we're going to go here to a Google image here when we saw the what? The Odyssey class. But in this particular one, I also picked out the Intel Fate Warbird, which is that Romulan ship right here. So the reason why I wanted to go over this is, well, we know that the Odyssey is becoming canon. We lost our ever-loving mind. We have to change our uniform. And of course, all months later, after 3 seasons, the Odyssey is going to be canon. Now, I saw this. I actually have one of my characters in this ship as their main ship because I do love the look of the Intel Fate Warbird. So, this is a chance for a lot more ships from Star Trek Online to get into Star Trek, like real Star Trek, either comics and or on screen. So the hope is maybe, hey, now we're gonna get more ships, and it is possible more now than ever when it comes with the relationship that Star Trek Online has with Star Trek. So thought it'd be kind of cool. I thought that is an awesome thing to have come possibly into light here. More Star Trek designs that I do actually like that are from Star Trek Online. So that's awesome. Hopefully that this does turn into something for the future, to getting more ships into the comics, and even better, the shows itself. So last thing, captains, that we're going to cover here is unfortunately this sad news of, didn't mean to click that, but there's that. Kirtie Alley dead at 71 after a private cancer battle. So captains, Kirtie Alley was in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, and she was Lieutenant Saavik. And I did say this before, this is going to be a rough couple of years for us Star Trek fans because of all the sort of actors that we grew up with are starting to pass away, sadly. And this was kind of out of left field today. And seeing this was, again, just a reminder that these next couple of years are going to be pretty rough. And even here, remember, Alpha had already changed their blog to say that she had passed away today, so December 5, at the age of 71. So a sort of sad note to leave on, but we wanted to pay our respects regardless. And of course, rip to Kirtie Alley, who was part of one of the most iconic films in Star Trek history, which is Wrath of the Khan 2. So again, captains, all we can do at this point is thank her, thank all these actors that have passed away for the work that they've done, appreciate it. And of course, we always have time to give sort of a spotlight to it whenever we watch the work that they have done for Star Trek, regardless of how they view things in the real world. They added to Star Trek. They added value to the franchise that we all love. So captains, thought we would throw that in there. So like the video, captains, comment below, let us know your memories of Kirtie Alley. I mean, one more thing I'll say before going is I do remember watching her on Cheers. It was just there on Saturday afternoons or during the week. So to see that she became a Star Trek actress all when that happened when I was a kid was kind of cool. And again, so comment below, let us know your memories of Kirtie Alley. And again, captains, thank you so much for, again, the messages of checking up on us. I really do appreciate it. We're going to try to go onto the bridge tonight on Twitch just to say a quick hello. We're not going to stay on long. Our throat is still pretty itchy, but we are recovering regardless. So subscribe here to the YouTube bridge, and captains, look out for future videos here, and we will leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.